All right.
Welcome to the Broskies. Now, picture this, if you will. You're sitting on the couch and chilling, and then suddenly you get a call from your bro. He invites you to come over, and you go over. And when you get there, you have a 12-pack of Mountain Dew in one hand, and something like, I don't know, clam chowder or whatever in the other hand. Yeah, you got something to snack on. And when you go inside, you see the rest of your homies all chilling, and you're handed a remote for an Xbox or a PlayStation or whatever console you prefer. We don't judge.
Unless you're one of those idiots who does LAN parties, which,
Or the Stadia.
Yeah.
Gaming is the principle of any perfect friendship. Wouldn't you agree, Elijah?
I would say so. Yeah, it's pretty damn important. It's what separates us from, I guess,
Fucking normies.
I would say so. Yeah.
No, I would definitely say that over the years, you and I have definitely had a lot of great gaming experiences. Now, I know in our last episode, you and I talked about how we did a lot of things in Minecraft and Lego games and fighting games and all that when we were together in person. But at one point, like, this is all when I still had a Switch. I mean, I still do. But after I got my Xbox, we started playing a lot of other games together. And I think the first one we played together was Far Cry 5, wasn't it?
Yeah, I convinced you to play Far Cry 5 because you didn't want to play it at first.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Not at first. But I do remember, like, I did start getting into the game, and then I really loved it.
To the point where you refused to play any other Far Cry game.
Yeah. Well, I played Far Cry New Dawn.
That is technically a continuation of Far Cry 5, so that one doesn't really count.
Yeah, well, you're right. But okay, in Far Cry, I would definitely say I think one of my favorite things we always did is whenever we were heading towards a mission or whatever, we would always convoy.
Mainly for the fact that we can't be like too far away from each other, and we wanted to take our own vehicles.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think convoys were definitely like one of my more favorite things. I don't know why. It was just fun to do.
Yeah, it was good. It was I think we did that almost up until the last mission, and then we
Well, there was. I think it was at the beginning. We stayed in the same car together.
Just because it made things convenient, I guess.
Until I got one particular vehicle with mounted guns on top of it, and I remember this is when we started naming our vehicles.
Yeah, it was pretty fun doing that.
Yeah. Let's see. Although, okay. Favorite moment of Far Cry?
Far Cry 5?
When we were playing together.
We were playing together. Probably I'm trying to remember a specific moment. Well, I don't know. I really enjoyed the moments where I was air supporting the helicopter. I feel like that was kind of cool.
That was pretty cool, actually. Where we would be in a mission, and I would always parachute down too. I think there was a couple times where you would like actually land and I'd walk out. But at some points, like I would just parachute down. At that, so this way you wouldn't have to land and risk, damaging the helicopter. And
it was pretty cool. Or when we beat the fuck out of that grandma with some shovels, that was a good one too.
You know, the funny thing is, I still have a clip of us beating her up too.
I think like I shot her down with a machine gun, and like all she could say was like, "Oh, what the hell!"
And then I remember I was like, dude, come on. Why are you doing that?
But it was funny though.
It was funny, but it escalated because I decided to help her up. And she was like, that's right. You better help me. And I was like, bitch.
And I proceeded to throw a block of C4 and blow it up.
And then I just kept hitting her with a metal bat.
It's good. It was good. That was a good moment.
I think another clip that I have saved of, for us is I was driving around on an ATV and you're sitting behind me, and all I heard was constant banging, and I was like, "Where the hell is that coming from?" So when I looked behind me, I saw you were right there, and you just kept hitting my head with a bat.
Yep. That'd do it right there.
But like the funny thing is, like the character models don't really make faces.
Like, so yeah, I guess it's funnier in that retrospect.
Yeah, so you were just making a blank face, and you were like, tink, 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 tink.
Yeah.
And then you stopped when I looked back. And then he got much more aggressive. And I was like, he's trying to annoy me on purpose.
Either that, or I was trying to see if I were to kill you while you were on the ATV, if we would just crash.
I don't think we were ever able to kill each other. I don't think the game allowed us to.
We could kill each other. I think we can kill each other with like RPGs and stuff.
Well, yeah. Explosions would definitely do it. But like we were never able to actually like shoot each other or stab each other.
No, I don't think so.
Now there was that alien gun that I used for a little bit.
It was really overpowered.
It was. That's why I stopped using it and just started using my 50 cal, which honestly wasn't much less powerful, but
I mean, hey, if you're gonna get any DLC from Far Cry 5, you better get the Lost on Mars DLC, because not only does that include a DLC mission, which is pretty cool, but you can also use all of the alien guns in the main story, which are pretty good too. I mean, and they're really overpowered, especially the Obliterator. That shit is literally like a handheld RPG.
yeah. But like also has auto targeting too.
No, I think that was the sniper rifle. Either the sniper rifle or it was another gun you were using that out.
It was a pistol that I was using, and it had auto aim.
Yeah, it wasn't the red one though, or maybe it was another red one, but it wasn't the Obliterator, because that one. I think the one that you were shooting was also like heat seeking too, which I don't think that the Obliterator had heat seeking property to it.
It wasn't necessarily heat seeking because I could also have it track a vehicle that didn't have people in it. Like it mostly targeted vehicles.
So it's like an EMP almost, really.
An EMP, but instead of actually shutting off the technology, it just blows it the fuck up.
You know, there's actually an EMP in Far Cry 6 that you can use against vehicles.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
I mean, it doesn't blow it up, but like when you have a bunch of helicopters coming after you, pulling out that EMP gun, you literally just shoot it out. Well, it just falls out of the sky. It's really cool. It just shuts out the entire engine.
Yeah. You know, a game could benefit from an EMP though.
What is that? Oh, Halo. Yeah, that's yeah. There's a couple of scenes in the first Halo at least where an EMP would be really nice. I don't know. There might be a gun like that in Halo. I just can't really think of it at the moment.
Yeah. No. Because there wasn't a lot of like actual like as futuristic and high tech as everything in Halo was. Besides like the alien guns, there weren't really any high tech weapons like that.
And there wasn't even that many alien guns like that weren't just plasma shooty guns.
Right. Or the Needler.
Oh, the Needler. That's a good one. That was a good one. But yeah, Halo Combat Evolved was pretty fun to play.
Yeah. And I do remember at least I did. I made a lot of Red versus Blue references.
You had seen the show before we had played Halo Combat Evolved.
Yep. Well, I watched all of the good parts of the show. They continued it for some reason without out like all the initial characters and stuff, which I don't understand why they did that, but
One of the moments I can vividly remember from us playing Halo Combat Evolved was
you say the library.
no, oh, fuck the library. That's a I hate that mission. Um, I was actually gonna say like it was either in Two Betrayals or Assault on the Control Room where we both well I think I went to go do a stealth attack on an enemy, but I accidentally like hit you in the back, which killed you instantly.
Oh yeah. I mean, I returned the favor though, although you killed me on accident, and when I did it, it was on purpose. But that was purely out of spite.
Or the time where we drove a warthog through half the level.
Yeah, it was kind of a thing with us, wasn't it? Where we would just try to take a warthog or a vehicle like as far in as possible wherever. I do remember. I think this was in Halo 2.
We didn't get very far in Halo 2.
No, that was the game we left off on. We need to finish that one.
And Halo 2 is probably for me at least, it's probably the best in the like series, I'd say.
You and I got caught up in the multiplayer and building maps and stuff.
Which that was also fun too.
That was.
You built this huge ass tower.
Oh yeah, I built. Okay, I built a tower so this way you could drive up to like the main base that we were working on, because for some reason someone chose to build it up in the air.
Well, it was supposed to be like a deathmatch arena, and if you fell off, well, you're kind of screwed if you fell off, you know?
Yeah, but I made a way to where like you could drive up and down,
It
but
was hard. It was really hard.
it's not that it was hard, it's that it was very time consuming.
Because it was really big.
It was high up, yeah.
One mission I do remember from Halo Combat Evolved is 343 Guilty Spark.
Oh yeah, that was the one like right before the library, wasn't it?
I believe so, but that was the mission that introduced the flood.
That was the library. But
No, that was the second mission with the flood. The first mission with the flood was 343 Guilty Spark.
yeah, okay, yeah, I'm remembering now. Okay, the flood is probably like the scariest thing in Halo, and it's not because they look scary, and it's not because they jump scare you. They're scary because they like their name. They literally flood you almost
And
instantaneously.
I had heard of the flood before I started playing Halo, but I had no idea what they looked like. So when we got to that mission, I was literally not expecting. I was not expecting the flood to be like that. So it was a surprise to me for sure.
You know what the flood almost reminds me of?
Walking popcorn kernels.
I was gonna say Chompies from Skylanders,
Oh
but
yeah, they kind of do.
like they look like a HD version of Chompies.
I mean, yeah, that sums it up pretty good.
I remember the Warthog run that we had to do on Halo, and I think that was a level that we had to redo again and again because we both, like, you can't even say it was just me. We both messed up a lot on that obstacle course.
On the obstacle course. Oh, that was the last mission.
In Halo 1, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the mission was called, but
I think it was Warthog Run.
it was like it was like
Well,
the rock or
I am,
the
I am on my computer, so I could,
you could just look it up, yeah.
the internet is your friend. It's your acquaintance.
Mm.
Um But no, I definitely think us working on the Warthog together was probably one of my favorite parts of.
The only thing about that final mission is the fact that if you're too slow, you die. And the problem is that the Warthog is so easy to flip over.
All right, it was not the final mission. It was actually the second to last mission. The final mission, the Maw.
The Maw. There we go. That's the mission where you drive the Warthog. The mission before that was actually pretty easy.
Destroy the Halo before Halo destroys all life in the galaxy.
Yep, that was that mission where you had to make the Pillar of Autumn self-destruct so that way it could blow a chunk out of the Halo and it crashes in on itself.
Yeah. I do remember when we started playing Halo 2 though. I think like one of the most fun things that we did was just dual wield a bunch of guns.
Yeah, I mean the dual wielding is very fun in Halo 2.
I mean that's what makes the game so much better. I don't remember if it was ever brought into the other games though.
And damn, like freaking Halo 2 Anniversary, the graphics for Halo 2 Anniversary, like damn, like they had no right being that good.
Yeah. I think our biggest issue is that the game kept crashing on us.
Yeah, the game did keep crashing.
I think that's why we never finished it. It kept crashing on us.
We did finish the Metropolis mission, and that's one of the most fun missions in the game.
That was a pretty fun mission. Although I remember when we were on the streets and we looked up, and we saw that giant ass.
It's the Scarab.
Yeah, I remember when we looked at that, we were both like, fuck, we gotta fight that thing, don't we?"
And we didn't. We just had to kill everyone inside of it to like disable it.
Yeah.
It's basically like a walking tank. It's like an AT-AT from Star Wars.
Okay. One game that I forgot that we did play together was Battlefront.
Oh yeah, we did play Star Wars Battlefront with each other. Although it wasn't like for too long. It's a fun game. At least Battlefront 2 is pretty good. It's got a lot of content in it.
Yeah. I remember we were trying to do lightsaber duels in it. It didn't work as well as we anticipated it would.
I mean, lightsaber duels can be pretty fun in Battlefront 2. Battlefront 1, you try doing lightsaber duels, it's not gonna happen.
I don't remember which one we played.
We played Battlefront 2 because that's the one with like General Grievous and Obi-Wan and Darth Vader and stuff. Well, Darth Vader was in the first one, but Anakin wasn't in the first one, so you could play as Anakin in the second game.
Right. I think though probably the biggest game we've played, and it's only because we've played it with our homeboy Sebastian, shout out to him, was GTA.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like GTA. I am the one who told you though that you can create a private session though, which is what got you actually to play the online mode of GTA.
No, that is the other way around. It was someone else that you convinced to play GTA because of the private lobbies. I told you about the private lobbies.
No, I knew about the private sessions.
Because you said how much like you didn't like the idea of playing like GTA Online and all that because of other players. And then I mentioned I'm pretty sure you can have private lessons.
No, I knew about the private sessions. It's just most of the time when I would play with when I would play with other people, they would want to play on public lobbies. Because apparently like you earn more money in public lobbies, which I don't think is true.
I think you do. But something else to keep in consideration is that you can also lose more money in public lobbies.
Yeah, because people can just steal money from you.
Right. I remember there's one point I went into a public lobby. I think it was after a race or something. And some dude was like really obsessed with trying to kill me. Like, I think he followed me from, I almost said Saints Row, San Andreas, all the way to Sandy Shores.
That would be a fun game for us to play together, Saints Row.
Yeah. Which I think Saints Row was a game that initially I didn't know how I felt about at first. And then I started playing it, and I was like, okay, it's actually pretty fun. Because I remember one friend of ours, I think in a previous podcast we called him Peter.
I think so. Maybe. I don't know.
He was the first person to ever show me Saints Row, or not show me, but tell me about Saints Row 4. And I'm gonna be honest, like when he was telling me about the game, I never pictured something with the kind of graphics and animation style that it has. I pictured something that was very 2D.
Yeah, no, it's it's a 3D game. Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, when one of my friends explained to me the plot of Bendy and the Ink Machine, I thought it was a 2D side scroller.
I wouldn't blame you for thinking that.
A lot of indie horror games are 2D.
Is it really an indie horror game?
It was, but it got like mainstream attention, so it got ported to consoles and stuff.
Mm,
But it was an indie horror game for a long time until like it fully came out.
yeah. Let's see. I think probably one of the most fun experiences for GTA would be Acceleration Dome, which is a map um where it's basically nothing but loops within each other.
It's a pretty fast one too, because there's like boosters everywhere.
Yeah. But it's also, if at least your first few times playing it, it's really hard to stay on the dome because half of it you're driving on a wall essentially.
No, the fun part is when you drive off the dome and then you go over to the military base and grab the jets there, because you can just drive on into the military base.
Right. Well, I mean, even outside of the races, I can just drive into the military base because I bought a hangar within the base.
Using a shark card.
No, I bought the tower with a shark card.
Uh
Um, However, the military and the game, they will go after you if you steal like a jet or something. But instead of 5 stars, it'll be 3 stars.
okay, yeah, I didn't. I mean, I knew about that, but also at the same time, it makes sense.
Yeah. Like, okay, also, like, they do go away. However, if you return to the base with that stolen aircraft, even after the stars went away, they will come back.
You know what I just realized? You know how hard it would probably be in GTA without aim assist?
Um, I guess it really depends on the person who's playing, because some people are really good at aiming in GTA.
Yeah, I'm not. I fucking suck at aiming at most games.
Um, I think when we were playing with Sebastian, one of my favorite times that we were actually playing together is when we were doing the Doomsday heist. And when we finally got into the bunker, the three of us just started lighting up everything.
What part of the Doomsday Heist are you talking about?
Uh, it was after we did all the prep missions.
Damn, you remember the server farm?
Oh, yes, I hated that.
It's not the beginning of the mission that's the hard part. It's escaping that's the hard part.
Yeah, escaping is the hard part.
It would always be like it would always be crazy because like one of us would be the first one to get into the elevator, and then we would just slowly see the other ones like make it like halfway across the map into that freaking elevator.
Yeah.
And then you have to get all the way to the roof of the building, and if you die, if you lose your team lives, you have to go all the way back to the freaking beginning of the server farm.
Honestly, I think that's like the one annoying thing that always gets to me when playing GTA is team lives.
That does suck too. Like just make it infinite. Like,
But
but
like
that
another thing though is So here's what GTA does versus what they should do. So what they do is sometimes the team lives are spread across the entire team. Sometimes they're individuals, and if you lose all of your lives, you just watch everyone else play.
And then yeah, but sometimes it's spread across the whole team to where like if someone dies, the entire team only has the one life.
Right. But here's what they should do. Which I mean, obviously, like no one's gonna listen to the suggestion or even add it because it'd make things too easy. But really what it should be is if you die, you can either like come back at least one more time, and if you die again, okay, you're a spectator. um
Or just restart to the checkpoint. Do we
or,
really have?
or just restart, and the only time everyone loses is if everyone's dead at the exact same time.
Yeah, exactly. Or have a system like Payday 2 where if a player is no longer available to play, you have a certain period of time before they can come back in again.
Right, that was something that's what I meant to bring up the first time
Yeah.
with the
Except Payday 2 has a system with like hostages and stuff like that where you have to trade a hostage to get the teammate back.
oh, that'd be something cool if they added that into GTA hostage.
Except for the fact that, Payday 2 mechanically is just an overall better game than GTA 5.
Mechanically, yes, but in terms
Cuz
of
cuz
overall gameplay,
cuz not well I feel like gameplay is pretty good on both fronts, but Payday 2 works good as both an action game and a stealth game because Payday 2 does one thing that GTA does not do when it comes to stealth. In Payday 2, you can actually hide bodies so they don't get seen by other NPCs.
well, that was a recent thing that they added though, that NPCs can see bodies. It didn't always used to be like that.
Yeah, but now that it is a thing, especially with the Ko Perico heist.
It's because of the Cayo Perico heist. Essentially, people kept finding exploits and a bunch of things to make it easier. So the developers, for whatever reason, are assholes. And they're like, oh, you guys are enjoying yourselves and you're finding ways to actually get through it. Well, joke's on you. I'm going to change everything up and make it hard.
Well, joke's on you. Instead of adding one juggernaut in the mission, we added fucking five.
Yeah. Honestly, like, as much money as it can earn you, I honestly don't like the Cayo Perico heist.
Really, the Ko Perico, I feel like the setups are more fun than the actual mission itself.
Yeah, the setups are fun. And I feel like we do the setups more than the actual heist themselves.
Well, obviously, you're gonna be doing the setups more than the actual heist,
But I mean,
or just as much as the heist.
I would say also, but it also makes sense because we would all help each other out with our setup.
Oh man, the setup takes so long, especially with the going from the sub and then going into the Sparrow and then going out of the sub all the way to the mission and then going back to the sub. It's a hassle.
Um, well, that's why there's like a very specific spot in the map where it's best to put the sub.
I always put it at the docks because of one specific mission where you have to get the weapons, and I park it like very close to the docks, so that way if I get the thing where it's like you got to go to the Merryweather HQ, I just fly my Sparrow out, blow up the helicopter, go back in, restart the mission, just keep doing it until I get the building weapons one because that one is way easier than the Merryweather because you have to follow the helicopter for like all the way to Sandy Shores, and it's really really long.
Something I like to do, and I think I learned this from Sebastian, is I would park my sub uh on like the east side of the island as center as I possibly could. And what I would do is with some missions where I would have to like take out like the buzzards or the arms dealers, I would actually use a guided missile from the sub to take out as much as I could initially, because it was always annoying how they would have like two helicopters come after you, and whenever you take them out, a replacement always comes in.
Yeah, that is stupid.
Um, and it's like if you don't have your own helicopter, or if you honestly, I find those missions easier with my Hydra.
And surprisingly enough, the Deluxo, the car with rockets on it, the flying car with rockets on it, somehow is well either it's just really inaccurate, or I just suck at flying and shooting at the same time.
I find fighter jets to be the easiest thing to use in the game.
Yeah. But what sucks is that the Cayo Perico heist is the only heist you can the only heist you can do solo, because like 90% of heists in GTA 5 have to be done with another person.
And I hate that. I wish I could do things solo. Like, I get it'd be harder, but I don't
I
want to rely on waiting for either my homies to be online or to rely on some stranger to.
exactly, like, I mean, what they should do is they should make it to where the solo option is a bit harder, but you get more money if you do it.
Oh man, if you did get more money from heist, if you did solo, I would.
Technically you do, because isn't it like if you're with someone, you have to split the money between them?
Yeah,
If you are by yourself, you're getting 100% of the take.
that's true.
But the only
I
heist you can do that in
think
is
there
Cayo
is a percentage
Perico.
that goes away though.
Yeah.
Um,
But
sorry, what?
yeah, I mean, it's the only heist you can do by yourself. So if they just made more heists where you can do it by yourself, more people would play the game.
Honestly, they're not going to care much because they already have a lot of people who already.
But yeah, no shit. This game has been making Rockstar money since 2013,
Yeah, that's true.
and
It's been 10 years.
since GTA 5 release, and they only just recently announced GTA 6.
Which even then, I have not heard much about since they revealed it.
Yeah, they only revealed the game logo, and that's it. Which the game logo doesn't look that bad. It just looks like GTA 5, but like with a line through the middle, so it looks like a 6.
So they really didn't put much effort into that.
Well, I heard this one's gonna take place in Miami, which is gonna be pretty cool.
Miami, I thought they use their own fictional cities.
Vice City, it's gonna be Vice City,
Oh, okay.
but Vice City is basically just Miami. At least that's what I think it's gonna be for this game. I feel like, and the I just feel like, how long are they gonna milk this cash cow? Like, is GTA 6 gonna be the next GTA 5? Probably not.
Doubt it. Not with how much. Not with how long and how often people play GTA 5.
I remember when Rockstar used to pump out banger after banger, but ever since GTA 5 has been making the money, the only other game besides Grand Theft Auto they released was Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, those are the only two main games that I ever remember about for Rockstar.
Rockstar does other games, like they have the rights to the Max Payne series, so if they want to, they could remake the first Max Payne game, because remakes are hot right now.
Yeah.
So they could remake the first Max Payne game, or they do own the rights to LA Noire, so they could always do an LA Noire sequel. But there's not much of an audience for a detective style story, even though a lot of people would probably play it.
Yeah.
There is also the possibility of a Red Dead 3, even though it's probably not going to happen for a while. Even though it doesn't really need to happen either.
No.
And then of course there's always the remaster of GTA 4. I feel like that would be nice too.
Do they do GTA remasters though?
Didn't they just remaster the trilogy that was on PS2?
I don't know. I thought they just re-released it.
No, they remastered it. But
No, it's on like Switch now and stuff.
yeah. But I remember but yeah, Rockstar was they were just pumping out game after game, like different types of games too. That would be under their belt, so they would have like variety and stuff like that.
Yeah, variety is always a fun thing to have.
Especially when your video game company is making video games, and I think what Rockstar does a lot is they do like big open worlds for their video games. But Not always, because Max Payne 3, I think, that's the exclusive, like that's the not exclusive, but that's the one Max Payne game created by Rockstar. Like that's when Rockstar got the license to the Max Payne games.
Thinking about like games and stuff that like we should get or like what companies should just do is I wish TT Games would announce or actually like reveal what their next Lego game would be, because they mentioned like they did have a bunch of projects that they were thinking about, but a whole bunch of them got canceled and stuff.
Yeah, honestly, a Lego Transformers game I think would do really well.
It would, especially because like they could have it to where the characters turn into vehicles and then you just drive around from there. They just changed, what the controls are.
And there's enough characters to fill up an average Lego game roster.
Oh yeah. I think there are over 1,000 Transformers characters.
It's crazy.
Right, let me fact check myself. But yeah, as long as they make it in the storyline where Cliffjumper doesn't die, because ever since Transformers Prime, it's always been like a thing with Cliffjumpers that, well, he's the one who just gets killed off.
It's kind of like what they do with like other characters, like recently in Marvel Comics they've been killing off like T'Challa because of Chadwick Boseman's passing away.
And I hate that. Like, okay, I get it, like he played Black Panther on the big screen, but he's not Black Panther himself. Like, he even said himself that he wants other people to replace him to make like a legacy of different actors and voice actors who do Black Panther.
I mean, he isn't the first person to play Black Panther.
He isn't? Oh yeah, because voice actors before him.
Voice actors, video games.
Well, I was counting video games when I said voice actors.
Right, yeah. So I think, well, at least the first time I heard Black Panther was probably in Ultimate Alliance, the first one when he was a playable character. He was one of
I ever heard of Black Panther.
He was one of the unlockable characters that you had to find in the story.
Yeah, first time I ever heard of Black Panther, I would say is Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Damn, remember in video games where you could just unlock shit instead of having to buy like a DLC for extra characters?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say companies and corporates, like, it doesn't matter like how successful they already are. All they want is more money. I don't know what they do with all that extra money.
And think about it. Think about it this way: with going back to GTA, the entire reason why they keep updating the Cayo Perico heist is because people were literally making too much money off of it, and they want people to buy shark cards. They don't want people to just earn their money through the game.
That's what made the game so hard to earn money. Like in general, like why things are so expensive in the game, why it's so hard to get like anything of like any money that you can actually use.
If you look at prices for cars in the story mode compared to prices in the cars online, you're gonna be like, what the hell?
Oh, there's a huge difference. In fact, the vehicles that we spent months trying to acquire, like a couple vehicles. I'm talking about like the Turismo, the Zenturno, all like the high class vehicles.
The DeLorean.
No, not the DeLorean, because that one's not in story mode. I'm talking about ones that are in story mode.
Oh, story mode. Okay, got it.
So like with those high class cars that we spent a long time trying to get in online, I spent maybe 10 minutes getting a few of those.
And that's another thing. Why the hell aren't the online vehicles, like once you buy them online, why can't you use them in the story mode?
It's a good question, because the story mode doesn't update the way the online one does.
It should, because
okay, another thing to consider is while they may be under the same save file, they are also technically different games.
Which wasn't always the case. I think it's just recently that they, or not recently, like in the past few days. I think like maybe like within the past like
It was a while ago.
A while ago. They just they separated GTA Online and GTA 5 into two separate purchases. When before, if you bought GTA 5, you just got GTA Online right off the bat.
Right.
Although you can still buy both, but buying both now is considerably more money than if you just
It's,
bought the story mode.
it's really not that much more. Because I actually bought both of them for my Xbox One for like $30.
I think you also got it on a sale.
I might have. I might have.
Because normally, because the game is still so relevant, the game is still $60.
Seriously?
Yes,
Wow.
it's pretty.
Well,
It's pretty much like the number one go-to crime-based open world game.
yeah.
And speaking of crime-based open world game, they I think they recently announced that they're working on a Payday 3, so that's going to be fun.
I honestly keep thinking that Payday 3 is already a thing.
It's not. Payday 2 has just been a thing. Payday 2's been a thing longer than GTA 5's been a thing. Overkill has been milking that game for a long time, but at least with Overkill, they release new heists, they release new characters, they release new weapons and stuff like that. So they literally put like heists in the game. They actually like put like new content, and some of them they put it for free, some of them you have to pay for, but you know.
Yeah.
I mean, GTA 5 Online does that, but whenever they do that, I think they almost release no free content. And the free content they do release is like, here's a mask. You like the mask? It's cool, right? Here's the one thing you get for free from us.
And even then, like, I think the only cool looking free masks we got was like the War Mask and Conquest Mask
The
for.
four the four horsemen masks, and
Yeah,
even then the death and famine masks weren't that good.
no. Usually, when GTA has something free, it's usually not going to be that good looking.
But I was pleasantly surprised with the four horsemen masks. At least with Conquest and War, those were the really good ones.
I think War was probably my favorite one. I think I had that for like my default for a while until I found my night vision mask.
Yeah, and then I had the blue ornate skull for the while. Like I think I still use the blue ornate skull for my character.
Yeah. Which honestly, it's kind of fun when I'm like piloting at nighttime in the game and I put on my like I go into first person and then use the night vision mask.
Yeah, that's. I think you showed me how to get the thermal goggles too, which those are pretty cool.
Yeah. Which during like the winter time when GTA Online does like the snow and stuff and you can't see anything,
The thermal goggles help a lot.
the night vision goggles usually help at nighttime.
They usually
Or,
help at nighttime, but if
well,
you're
like
doing
doing flying missions like over the ocean and stuff, and you have to deal with like a machinery, usually the night vision goggles are what you want to go with.
or if you're doing a night mission and you need to see targets and it's like really hard to see, the thermal vision just helps you like see the targets.
Yeah. Besides that, like I just prefer the look of the night vision masks.
I didn't mind the look of the thermal vision, like the freaking the four goggle thing. I thought that looks kind of cool.
Yeah. I just like my actual like hard shell mask.
Oh yeah, that one's good. That one's good. Um, but yeah, the whole reason that is the way it is with the content for GTA 5 because I think the worst part is that car, the Vigilante, which is the 1989 Batmobile, its advertised price is like 3.7 million, which is a lot for a car. But what they don't tell you is that you can't customize it unless you have a mobile operations center, which is another 2.2 million.
Right, which that's something I already have.
Yeah, but some
I
people don't.
have like the most basic version of it. Yeah.
Some people don't have the mobile operations center, so they buy the car thinking that they can just customize it at any paint shop, only to find out that they need the mobile operations center, and that's something the game does not tell you for the
Yeah,
visual.
the mobile operations center though is something that I got because it's something that I need for the Casino heist. It was either that or the terabyte.
Which is another heist you can't do by yourself, which is interesting.
Did we ever do the Diamond Casino heist?
Me and Sebastian did it, but I don't think you and I ever did it, and it is a fun one too, especially like the different approaches for the actual casino. The lower vault area, I gotta say, I'm not impressed with the casino. Vault. It does look like really professional and like really high tech and stuff. But for a vault for a place called a Diamond Casino, I expected a bit more.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest though, I am kind of disappointed that my Xbox broke down when it did, because the latest vehicle I got was literally a spy car. Like it had like hidden guns in the front and everything.
Did you get the Aston Martin?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah.
Or no, not the Aston Martin. It was a more modern car.
Oh, so it wasn't the James Bond car.
No.
Mm. Although you can get the James Bond car with the guns on it.
Yeah. And before that, I got a really nice armored truck.
Nice, nice. Oh, I remember that.
It was a nice truck too. It was also really nice. What I ended up doing is I decided to straight up drive up the steepest mountain in the game with it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, I used my regular pickup truck to do it. And then I drove down it as fast as I could. And I was literally trying to break and dent the vehicle. And it feels like when you're trying to do that, it's not going to do that.
Yeah, it's there's some pretty steep mountains in the game.
Well, that's. But yeah, I still need to figure out how to, or no, honestly, at this point, I just need to straight up replace the Xbox because I've tried everything else to actually.
I think not that I'm saying it was the problem, but I think possibly maybe you might need to just get like a plain Xbox. Maybe get a One X if it's cheap, or a One S if it's cheap as well. Because if something happens to the One X, the One S, at least they're still making parts for those.
Yeah. I don't know. I might just get a new PlayStation if
You
anything.
might, yeah. Honestly, the PS5 is probably a good option. Uh, and then hey, if we do game sharing with the PS5 and we do share play, we can finally play Lego Avengers co-op.
Yeah, which I forgot that that's something you can do on PlayStation. But right now I'm at a point in life where
A car is more important, which, yeah, I mean, focus on the important stuff first.
but later on, like eventually, I do plan on getting a new system and all that.
Yeah.
Especially because I miss playing with you guys.
So do we. Yeah, we definitely, me and Sebastian miss playing with you on console.
Ooh,
Oh,
something that I forgot we did was we played Overwatch 2 when it came out.
yeah. Overwatch 2 has been. I haven't heard much from it. Last time I played Overwatch 2 was, I think it was the new season that had come out, but the most recent hero to come out was Ramatra. And he's pretty fun. He's a pretty cool character. But I never play online with people, or at least I try not to. But if we do custom matches, every character that releases is free. So there's that.
Yeah, I'm not too fond of online.
And it's good that they allow you to play the characters for free in custom matches, custom games.
That yeah, I do like that they did that.
Because Ramatra is really cool, and but the thing is that when I play with Sebastian does not like playing custom games.
Mm.
But here's the thing: I did show him the custom games, and I showed him how powerful characters can be in custom games, and he instantly liked it. I told him, I was like, this is the kind of stuff you can do in custom games. He's like, I didn't know this was here. I was like, yeah, you didn't.
Yeah, there's less people there to piss you off.
Exactly. All you got to worry about is the other player, and then the bots on the other team. And you can make the bots as brain dead or as aimbot turbo kill maximum mode as you want.
Which I think we tried both, didn't we?
No, I don't think we tried the maximum setting, but funny story. You remember Michael, right?
Yes.
So me and him actually played a mission in Payday 2. We played the standard bank heist on the hardest difficulty, and holy shit, Never again.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that because I suggested. I was like, "What if we did that?"
Yeah, I know. Yeah, after I had told you about it,
Yes.
you had said, yeah, yeah. Never again. That difficulty was absolutely crazy. Some people play on that difficulty though for fun, and I'm like, how? But either way, I think we're about to wrap up soon anyway.
Yep. Well, it was nice chatting to you this week, and I'm just glad that we were able to get to it this time.
Yep. See you when well, catch you next time when new president's elected. That's probably when the next Broski episode's gonna be out. Only joking. I'm only joking.
Yeah, he's right. It's going to be after that.